Dear students, today we are going to read a poem in our syllabus book First Flight, How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Caroline Wells. This is a poem about animals. The whole poem revolves around the varieties of animals, the wild animals, and the poet suggests a very humorous way how to identify the wild animals on the basis of their behavior, on the basis of the characteristics. So this poem is a very humorous poem, and this poem presents a very vivid picture of the wildlife. We just after reading this poem, we get a picture of wildlife, the various wild animals, their nature, their character, and how we can recognize these animals. And this poem has been written in such a way in which music is very important, and the poet has just made use of the poetic license because he has used the incorrect spellings, the incorrect use of language in order to, just for the sake of rhythm and rhyming pattern of the poem. Because rhythm and rhyming is very important part of a poem. So actually what happens that the poets generally, they have the poetic license to do this kind of manipulation in poetry for the sake of music, because in poetry the content, the subject matter is important, no doubt, but music is equally important. The rhyme and rhythm pattern that creates music, that makes music, is also very important. So we shall see while reading this poem, we shall just see how some just incorrect use of language is there, spellings, all that. But we should not think that the poet has used wrong spelling or just wrong use of language. Rather, we have to understand why the poet has done so. This is a matter to be understood. Why he has done so. So let us first read the poem and then we shall discuss about it. The poem is How to Tell Wild Animals. And I am reading the poem, just listen. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. The simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he will only leap and leap again. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hurts you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might none plus, the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena this. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The true chameleon is a small lizard sort of thing. He has not any ears at all, and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. So this is all about that we see the various description of wild animals, different types of wild animals here in this poem. Their pictures are also given here. And the main thing is that how you will identify the wild animals. It is a very humorous way to suggest that you will identify the wild animals in such a funny manner as the poet has suggested here in this poem. But we will have to, here both things are here, that we We just enjoy the poem because it is full of humor, and also we know the characteristics of some wild animals if we come through them. Just the first is, if ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, if you go to the jungle, the forest in the east, by chance you get a chance to go through the forest, and if there should to you at once a large and tawny beast, if a large beast of orange grey colored beast that comes before you, roaring loudly, if it roars loudly, so loudly that you feel that you are dying, it just makes you feel or it brings you in a dying condition, then surely you will come to know that it is an Asian lion. This is the characteristic of the Asian lion, that when the lion you come before the lion, when a human being comes before the lion, it roars loudly. It is in such an attacking mode that it heavily and roaring loudly it moves towards you. So loudly it roars that its roaring makes you feel dying. You will be so afraid because of the roaring sound of that animal that you will feel that you will die soon. If such kind of feeling comes to you, and this large and this orange grey colored the animal that comes before you in a big size, looking very terrible, frightening, then surely it is an Asian lion. You will identify it as. Or second, if sometime when roaming around, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, or suppose just you are roaming in the forest, wandering here and there, wandering around, you come before an animal that belongs to a noble family, a royal family, a noble beast it is, a noble wild beast it is, and it welcomes you. It welcomes you because you are going to be the food for that animal. So the animal welcoming the human being, this appears to be very humorous, no doubt. So it appears that it is welcoming you, and the body of this creature is with black stripes on yellow ground. It has black stripes, stripes, it is stripes on the yellow body, on the yellow background of the body. And just notice, if he eats you, when you feel that it is going to eat you or it is eating you, the simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger today. Then you may guess, or you may just come to the conclusion that this animal is a Bengal tiger if you feel that it is eating you. How just if it is eating you, or if it has eaten you, then how can you come to know or just say that it is Bengal tiger or what kind of tiger? Because you are eaten by it. So this is the humor here in this actually in this poem. But actually you will suppose that you feel that it will eat you any time. This animal has come before you, it is moving towards you, and it is not roaring loudly as the Asian lion. It is silently moving towards you. The difference between the lion and the tiger is this, that the Asian lion that roars loudly and you become very much afraid. But the Bengal tigers move silently, attacks on you silently, and you feel that all of a sudden you are being eaten. Then it is Bengal tiger. The third is, if strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, As soon as he has left from you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roll with pain. He will only live and live again. So if just walking and walking here and there in the forest, you just view a beast, you view a creature whose hide with the spots is peppered, whose body is covered with the spots. There are various spots on the body of this creature. And it starts leaping on you. It leaps on you again and again. Then you will come to know that it is leopard. And just when it starts leaping on you, you might be just out of fear, roaring and roaring out of pain. You are crying and crying out of pain because you feel that now you will be killed by this animal. But it will not stop. It will leap and leap again. And then just will die. So this is the characteristic of leopard. The body type, the height with the spots, it's covered, and its characteristic feature is to leap on the person, leap on the victim. And your crying, your roaring makes no difference. It will be leaping and leaping on you. So this is the characteristic of leopard. Now come to identify a bear. How will you identify a bear? If when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature. Suppose you are in your ward or in your lawn, just in front of your house, working there in your garden, in your lawn. You are walking there, and all of a sudden a creature comes there who hugs you very hard, very tightly, who just embraces you or hugs you very tightly. Be sure it is bear, because bear kills you only by hugging you tightly. It tightly hugs, it presses tightly and kills the person. So if a creature just comes there and hugs you very tightly, so that the result will be just the death of the person. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more kiss. He will be just hugging you, caressing you, but very holding you so tightly that you may lose your life. In that case, you can know that it is a bear. Next is, though to distinguish beasts of prey, novice might not do this. Just one is, if you have to make the difference or distinguish between the beasts of prey, there are crocodiles and hyena. Even a novice, a new person in this job of identifying the animals might be surprised, but you can just understand the difference is this, that the hyena come with merry smiles. When hyena takes its victim, it smiles, but the crocodiles, they weep. This is the difference between hyena and crocodile. When hyena just is attacking or killing its victim, then hyena is smiling, and when crocodile does the same thing, it is weeping. That is why we say, ye tu ghadiyale aansu baha raha hai. Ye crocodile, this is the characteristic of crocodile, to weep, and the hyena to smile while taking advantage over the victim. Next is the true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. Another identification is of a chameleon. Chameleon is a very small creature, like lizard. As lizard changes its colors, chameleon also changes its color. But the difference between lizard and chameleon is this, that he has not any ears at all and not a single wing. Chameleon does not have ears and it does not have wing. This is the difference. but it can change its color according to the place where it is, so that it is very difficult to see that animal. Very difficult. You will not easily, you cannot easily see, because it changes its color according to the place where it is sitting. This is the very special characteristic of chameleon. So if there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. Generally it is on the trees. And when it is on the tree, it changes its color according to the color of the branch of the tree where it is sitting. So when it changes its color, and if you feel just you are seeing nothing there, it means you are seeing chameleon. Because you cannot with open eyes just see chameleon, because it changes. It means just if you are very alert, only then you can see. Otherwise, it is very difficult, because if it is in the green place, it makes its color green. So it becomes difficult to see it. But when you are very alert, then you can see it. But in the first glance, it is very difficult to see it and recognize it. So this is the characteristic of chameleon. So these are the various wild animals who live in the forest, who actually live in the jungle, and they have their different nature, their characteristics, their behaviors. And the writer has presented all these wild animals, means just a whole wild life, where the tiger is there, where the lion is there, where the bear is there, where leopard is there. Chameleon means all these important wild animals the poet has just presented through this poem, and just invites you to keep in the mind these sort of things in your mind, so that if you get a chance to confront these animals, you can identify on the basis of the knowledge that you get from this poem. Because in a very humorous way, she has suggested the different ways the humor is there. So just keeping these minds, and the knowledge information is there, because the various characteristics are there. How you can identify the Lycian lion, how you can identify the Bengal tiger, or the leopard, or the bear, or the hyena, or the crocodiles, or chameleons. Means 6, 7 animals, wild animals are here presented in this poem, and the different ways to identify them. And another one thing about this poem is that the language, as I told you, language that is very important here, because he has used language or the words or the spellings so that you might have some kind of confusion in just reading this poem and just reading the words, and you will have confusion just seeing the spellings of the words, or some just unique type of words are also there. So you will be just have a kind of feeling just in the beginning that is the poem using wrong language? Is the poet using incorrect spelling? Does she not know the correct spelling? So you might have just in your mind the question about the knowledge of the poet itself. But this is not, it is your view to think, but this is not just, you should keep in your mind that the poet has got a poetic license. And on the basis of the poetic license, the poet can change certain things here and there in language, in spelling, for the sake of the rhythmic pattern, for the sake of rhymes, as a whole, for the sake of music. That is the very important part of poetry. In poetry, as I told you, the content is very important, music is equally important. This is the fundamental actually requirement of poetry, that it should be musical, it should be rhythmical, a rhyming pattern should be there, so that when you first read the poem, Without understanding the content of the poem, without understanding the subject matter of the poem, you enjoy the poem only on the basis of the music. Because poetry is written first, you have to enjoy it. Once you start just read it and enjoy it, then you will come to understand it. Because if you do not just enjoy reading the poem, then you will not understand it. So the first, and music helps in it. Because of the musical phenomenon of poetry, you become attracted towards poetry. You want to read a poem again and again. You want to read a poem, and sometimes just reading twice, thrice, or many times. Just the poetry is fixed in the mind. You keep it in your memory. So poetry, music is very important, and sometimes, as Lord Tennyson did himself, that first actually the priority, so far the matter of priority is given. Even Lord Tennyson was a great poet of the Victorian time, gave much emphasis on music. He sacrificed the content for the sake of music. Isn't it? So Tennyson, a great poet, actually did. Other poets also just follow the pattern that they give priority to music, and for music they sacrifice the language, they sacrifice the spelling, they sacrifice even the subject matter content of the poem or the subject that they have chosen to write. So music is the priority in the poetry of some poets. So we will have to keep, while reading a poem, we will have to keep our mind not only on the subject matter but on music as well. Only then we can enjoy a poem, we can understand a poem well. So this is the poem How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Caroline Wells. We shall be doing the textual questions. We shall take the textual questions, and when we shall take the textual question, we shall analyze the questions one by one. And while analyzing, we also come to know about the musical pattern or the content form of the poem in details. So next day, when we shall just meet again, we shall analyze the textual questions related to this poem. Okay, thank you very much.